Hello! It is I, Ramses the 800th, and we are back with the final full-length video entry of the Nikke tier list. Now, since we've been gone, they've added 3 new characters, so we're going to cover those guys first, and then we're going to go on to the Pilgrims, which is the Pilgrims and the Otherworlders, or Abnormals, I think that's what they're called. So we're going to be covering the 2 additional Bacillus units that were added first, and then we're going to be covering the Pilgrim. So let's start off with what is it? Overspecs, the newest Overspecs model, which is Mihara Bonding Chain. Now, first, if you want to know the rules for the, it's not really a game, for the tier list, and you can watch the previous videos that I explained a little bit better here, but we see standard Mihara and her gotcha skin. Oh my god, my brain. These are both beautiful, but let's look at her firing pose right now. And front pose, it's pretty good. We see a lot in the front. Granted, she has like this little like transparent cloak, but thanks for its transparency, we can see through it. We can see a lot of thigh, we can see a lot of butt, and the chest is just chesting, right? And in the back, she's a machine gun, which has great, and this is a pretty good back, right? It's not really hiding anything, and you can basically see everything. It's just this little cloak, which is kind of like their idea of a sensor, right? I really like this skin. I really like this outfit because it's leaps and bounds ahead of the original Mihara, and it's not a lot of movement, but it's a really good view. The front has its own like. First off, whoa, that reload. Hold on, let's see that reload again. That's a lot of movement in the front for the reload. In the back, yeah, it's the skin debuff. Whenever you show a lot of skin, you don't really get a lot of movement. That's kind of the trade-off. And then we have her, what is this? Pain Eater, which has the wildest burst animation, but the front, not really the best. You got a little bit of a scarf. You got the dress covering the front half. But if you go to the back, it's more of a side grade, truthfully. But it's showing a little bit more skin. And this bottom half is a little wild, but you have this, which is blocking it. And I'm trying to see if there's anything under there. Obviously, there has to be because you see it down here. But, it's good. It's really good. I like the new Mihara. She's beautiful in this form. So let's see where we can put her. Bonding Chain Mihara. Here she is. Hmm. She shows off a lot of skin. So hmm. I think she's an A tier. I don't think she's an S tier. But I think she's high A. I think she's right here. She's top of B. I think she's not top of B. She's second in B. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna put her for now. Next up, we have the newest sad girl for Nikke, Mori. Mori has a really great story, and I love this outfit. And her firing pose is okay, but I like this. I like this pose. She's wearing like what is it, like a jumpsuit kind of almost, and you see a lot of thigh. You don't really see a lot in the front, but you see a decent amount of thigh. And the back, she has a pretty weird firing pose, granted, but there's a lot of movement too. She has a what, a submachine gun or like a rifle, and you get a lot of movement. You get movement in the backside, and this is a pretty good backside too. And you get a lot in the front. She's not the biggest chested, she's not the biggest girl, but you still see some movement. And I think that's very well appreciated. Mori, for how sad she is, I think she deserves a world. But for right now, where can we put her? Let's see. I think Mori. Let's try to find her. Here she is. Mori. Mori is, I think, she's pretty low C. I think she has decent movement, but you don't really see like too much skin. But it's nice. You see thigh if you like thighs. Even though she's not the biggest in the front, she moves quite a bit. Um, I think she has the similar pose to Killer D Wife. I think she's closer to Eleg in like movement wise. So I think she's another B. The 2 newest Bacillus units get Bs. B for backside, I guess. So the first pilgrim we're going to be covering is Snow White. Now, Snow White does have a skin, but it's more of a cool skin. This skin is sick, but I don't really remember. I don't use Snow White too much. I don't even know if I think I have Snow White, but I don't use her too much. Front pose, a lot of thigh, very good thigh. And the back, even though she has a cloak, there is still movement there. You can see the curvature right here. Beautiful, right? You still see a little bit of thigh. She's more of like a bottom heavy focus. That's nice. Because of her other self, you kind of figure out why. But yeah, Mihara. I was gonna say Mihara. But yeah, base Snow White is pretty decent, even though she has a giant cloak. We can still see what do we usually say? Motion of the ocean. That's what it is. So let's check out this other skin, and again, still more thigh, and about the same. You know, it's more of a side grade if you want like a cooler, more fantasy esque high tech armor. You'd go for this. But overall, Snow White, she's okay. So Snow White, thankfully, she's not as bad as Jacketeer. She's about here, I want to say, but yeah, because she still has a dress, even though it does move a lot. Yeah, kind of want to put her a little hot. She does have the outfit, but it's more of a. It doesn't really change too much. Yeah, I think she's better than Troy. I think she's right there. She's in C, even with the outfit, because the outfit isn't really helping her too much right now. So yeah, Snow White gets a C. Next, we have Snow White's other form, Snow White Innocent Days. I'm pretty sure this was a free unit during the Red Hood event. And let's. Uh, Front's okay. Yeah, like you get a lot of. Again, she's kind of like in the same thing. It's more thigh than anything. Backside, there's a little bit of movement, which is okay. Again, it's more like leg and thigh. Nothing too bad. You see the hair moving. She doesn't have any other outfits. Snow White Innocent Days, I think gets. Let's try to find her. Snow White Innocent Days. Here we go. Snow White Innocent Days. She has thigh. She has butt. Right. So that is a buff. I think she's better than this. I think she's. Yeah, she's like right there. She's the best out of these, like the small ones, I guess. But yeah, yeah. There's nothing really there. You do get a little bit of a peak, but it's not really like in your face. I guess it depends. It depends on what you like. Next up is Rapunzel, and Rapunzel, the crazy nun, doesn't. Okay, her back is cloak, right? That's pretty bad, but her front it's okay. Her front's fine. You get thigh, you get front. Her reload isn't really anything crazy. I know her burst isn't crazy either. She has the missile downgrade, which isn't the best. She's not cloak tier because her front's really good, but there's no real helping her right now. So Rapunzel, base Rapunzel. I think she's better than Jacket tier because at least she has something in the front. A decent view in the front. So I'd say she's better than Abe. D, the one thing Rapunzel's not gonna get. D. There we go. D for Rapunzel. So next up we have the Red Hood version of the past Rapunzel, which is Pure Grace, and she still has the veil, which I don't like, but this front is a lot better, right? She's a lot. I'm just realizing she's way bigger in this. Like her thighs are like really like bulging out. Her chest is way bigger. What happened? I'm looking at this right now, and this is kind of. It almost looks like she has a stomach too. Like the chest is chesting. Her reload isn't the craziest, but she moves around a lot for the front. The back, you do get a little bit more because you get a little bit of thigh. You get I think you can see like the little you see a little butt fang kind of. This is a improvement from the original Rapunzel, but I don't know how much the front can really help. Well, no, the front's really good. The front's very good. So I would like to say that base Rapunzel Pure Grace is better than her original self, and I'll put her because she has a really good front. She has a really good front. Oh, actually, yeah, she's gonna go pretty high, actually. I think she goes there. Because I'm thinking, yeah, because not having a solid back is pretty bad. Like, it doesn't, like, she doesn't even really need the veil to block it. She has the really big, long braided hair, which would probably block a lot anyway. But, it's just like the idea that you're not allowed to see it, which is kind of annoying, you know. But Rapunzel, pure grace. She does a lot better than her original self because her original like front isn't the greatest thing in the world, and this one it's a lot more. She looks a lot softer, I would say. I think that's the word I'm looking for. She's a lot softer. Next up, we have Scarlet. Now, Scarlet, I like Scarlet's pose because she has a very unique way of fighting. Her front pose isn't like physically appealing, but it is very interesting to see because she's just sitting down, and she's sharpening her blade, which is really cool. And this is a pretty nice pose. This is like pure side thigh, right? Pure side thigh, and then a lot in the chest, right? There's a lot of movement there, even though it is blocked from all of her hair like her hat dangly bits, but it's cool. It's also very unique in this in sense that she's not shooting a gun; she's just slashing a lot, which is really cool. Um, but base Scarlet, I don't know. I don't know if you want to really implement cool factor into this because I haven't been doing it before. But in general, base Scarlet is okay. I think it's really. Oh, she does not go there. I think it's really cool. She's better than Rapunzel. She's better than all these guys. She's better than Snow White. Um, and there's chest movement, but it's blocked. She's better than the base ones. I'm trying to think. I think she's more better. Yeah, Max. Yeah, novel. Yeah. Yeah, I think she's like right here because she's not showing too much skin, but she does. You get like a really good like thigh leg shot where it's just complete like leg. I think that's a pretty good trade off. The dangly bits block a lot of stuff and makes things hard to see, especially in the chest region, but that's perfectly fine. So I think she deserves a pretty good C, a good C tier. Next we have past Scarlet, who has a skin, but let's look at the skin real quick. This is the what is this? Longing Flower. Again, a gotcha skin when we got her past event. And this is like this is a great skin, right? Granted, it has the missile debuff, but this front is amazing. Look at this. She's moving constantly. The shaking, everything's moving all at once. This pose is really good. This is like a great pose, a great like stance. Granted, she's using a sword, but whatever. Let's check out her. Also, this. I remember when this came out. This is crazy, but we'll talk about the gotcha skin now. I actually don't know what her pose is. Oh, okay. I think this is about like the front's a little better because you're seeing it like actual skin instead of like the mesh fabric that she wears. Also, toes. People who are into that toes. The back, again, you just see more skin, but again, she wasn't really moving too much anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But I do really like this version of Scarlet, and I think because of her pose, because of the way she moves, where is she? Here she is. Black Shadow actually goes really high, I think, because of just like that front pose is amazing. That like reloading pose is amazing. She's always moving. There's a lot to look at. She's basically showing you her front, which is crazy. Yes, there's not a lot of movement, at least when it comes to firing, because she has a missile. But I think she's top four. I think she's top four. It helps that she also has a gotcha skin, but I think she's top four, honestly. So I think that's. Oh no, there's still Red Hood. But yeah, that's pretty good for what's it called for Scarlet right now. That's really good. Next up, we have Isabel, the crazy yandere. She has a shotgun, and she also has a pretty decent firing pose. Her firing pose in general is just you just see a lot back here, and you can see through her wings that her front's also shaking. This front pose, she's blocking a lot with her gun and like how she's standing, but this back pose more than makes up for it because it's not a lot of movement, but it is still movement, and I think that's very important. She's surprisingly more stiff back than I would assume her to be, but that's perfectly fine. Again, the shaking, the movement, the fact that you can see a lot of skin and she's still moving a lot is really good. And she has a skin. So let's check out the skin. I need to get this one, the honeymoon party one, because this is a wild skin. But let's take a look at it. The front pose is a little better because you're seeing way more skin, and the back pose, again, it's that trade-off where you see more skin, and in which case you're not seeing a lot more movement. But if you look right here, you can kind of see the underwear. You can see it all moving, right? The thighs are moving. She has a lot of these like dangly bits on the side, which is blocking. Thankfully, her veil isn't blocking her back, so you still see the chest. It's not moving as much anymore, but it's it's a side grade, like a sideways. It's a side grade up a slope slightly because you are just seeing more skin. So if you love Isabel, you're definitely getting the skins mainly for this, but also for gameplay purposes. So I believe Isabel, wherever she is, here she is. Isabel is pretty good. I think she might be B tier. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think the showing of the skin is really good. The movement's okay. I think she's better than that. I think she's like right there, like middle of B. I don't think she's gonna be happy about that, but middle of B is okay. Isabel is crazy, so you gotta be careful with the crazies. I feel like I'm speeding through these, but once you have a groundwork, it's kind of a lot easier to slot them in. You know. But next up we have Heron. Heron has a skin. She has, I think, her party skin. Oh yeah, Banquet Witch. Yeah, it's the party skin. But Heron, yeah, her front is good. You see a lot of thigh, you see a lot of chest, but the back, and she has a sniper debuff. It's not the best to look at. So if it wasn't for her skin, which we can check out right now, she might have gone really low. But let's check out the skin and see what improvements it does for her. So the front, you're not showing as much skin, but you're seeing her in a fancy outfit, and that's a pretty big. That improvement is just ridiculous because before we didn't see even anything back there. Now that little step out is very nice. The dress hugs her very nicely. You're not seeing too much chest, but that's fine because the front you can see a decent amount. I think Heron, the dress was a killer, but thankfully she has that costume which helps bump her up out of dress tier. She doesn't have too much movement. She has a sniper. It's not the best thing in the world. I'm trying to think. At least she has movement, which is good. I don't think she's better than Rapunzel pure. So yeah, I think she's yeah. Yeah, she's like right there, I think. Heron's like a C. Um Hopefully we can get like summer pilgrims to like improve a lot of the ones that are lacking in certain areas. But yeah, that's about where she belongs, in my opinion. Next up, we have Noah. Now, Noah doesn't have too much skin, and Noah isn't really anything to talk about. She has the firing thing. She's wearing a bunch of armor and skin. Literally everything's covered. There really is no like. There's nothing to like. Not really entice you, but just to catch your interest. I guess if you like Noah's personality, that's a reason. But he's basically in jacket tier. Thankfully, at least the plates aren't covering anything, but there's nothing to show. Unfortunately, she does go in here. I think she's around this. I forgot which one this is. The shield one. She's almost that bad, which is funny. But yeah, she's not good. There's nothing there. There's nothing to see. I guess if you want her to bully you, you can do that. I guess so. That's a plus, I guess. Next up, we have basically the poster girl that isn't the poster girl of Nikke. The whole reason all this is happening, Modernia, aka Marion, and Marion has 3 costumes. I think she have one more. No. Okay, she only has those 2 costumes. But we have her base outfit, her commander outfit, and then her her newest canon outfit. But let's take a look at her first form. So her first outfit, or her base outfit, I should say, you see a lot you see a bit of in the front, but the big giant machine gun blocks it. You see a little bit of thigh, nothing too much. She has these giant plates on her body, which is covering a lot. And her backside, since she's a machine gun, you see a lot of movement in the chest and the behind, but because of the giant like machinery on her back, it's kind of covering a lot, which isn't the best, but you know, at least there's something there. There's some movement. There's something to see, like to entice, I guess. She has her little head thing, which is nice. And then we have her. I don't think this was a gotcha skin. This first affection, which is when after she got it, and this is like a crazy improvement because I don't know how this gun works, but it's just not connected to anything. Don't know how or why that works, but you're seeing everything here. You're seeing chest, thigh, behind, and I know somebody, I don't remember who, managed to take that like uh, uh, um, the shirt off. That when you see the behind, this is actually a niece's underwear, which is very funny. And the fact is, you can see through the underwear. So this is a crazy improvement too. Granted, again, there's not too much movement, but there is physics. There's butt physics. There's even shirt physics. And again, she has the machine gun, so there's a lot of shaking, right? And then we have her second affection, aka her Rapture Queen, which is what everyone calls it, outfit, and it's another side grade. Well, it's a no, it's a, I think it's another like stack up, but I think if it were to put it into a graph, it'd be base Modernia or Marion, this version, and then the first affection one. This one you don't really see too much because of the giant draping outfit, but you see a lot more skin, you see a lot more thigh, butt, you see a lot more chest, front again, thigh, but this is like a very good like upgrade of the original Modernia slash Marion. And in my opinion, I think she goes pretty high. There is she, Modernia. I think I don't think she's up. Well, her outfit. I think because of the first affection outfit, I think that brings her to A tier. Because that first affection outfit is just so good, you know. And of course, for lore reasons, the second affection is even better. But in my opinion, I think whoa, I'm leaving that in. I think that her first affection outfit is what carries her, but her second affection outfit is also really good. So I think she belongs in A for affection. Modernia, I hope she gets another outfit. I just really want more summer outfits. I don't think we're not getting a summer event yet. I don't even think we got our bunny event this year yet, but we'll get them eventually. Next, we have Zentrea, aka Nihilister. Now, Nihilister is the dragon cannon, like bad girl, basically. Her front pose is great. There's a lot of Jesus. That chest is crazy, but not too much legs because she's a what's the word? What's the word I'm thinking of? Oh man, it's not pilgrim. It's the bad version of them. Heretics. There we go. She's a heretic, so she has like these crazy almost rapture parts. Her front's really good, and her back, surprisingly, you see a little bit of behind. It's a little bit of a tease, but it's not the greatest thing in the world. I kind of wish that these cords that she has on her back had like physics so that they were like constantly shaking or something. I like her tail kind of does it and her behind does it a lot too, but eh, it's not. It's good, right? Since nothing except for the behind, nothing in the front is being nothing in the front is being obscured. So you see chest, and since it's like this mesh, you can see this like what's almost skin. And for some reason, she has thighs. Don't know why. For some reason, she just has her bare ass, but that's okay. We're not complaining. So Nihilister's okay. She's not the greatest thing in the world. She's not bad. Where is she? Here she. Nihilister, I think. Yeah, I think she goes right around Rapunzel. She might even go above Rapunzel. No, because Rapunzel has the crazy thighs. I think she's like C tier. Yeah, because yes, her front's really good, but you don't really see too much of like crotch area. You don't really see. There's no like thighs really. There's like a peak of thighs. It's mainly chest and like stomach, and that version of Rapunzel has both in spades. You know, at least Nihilister has an actual butt that you can see. But again, it's covered by the tail. Most of her back is covered by the rapture, heretic guns and stuff. So, It's all right, not the best thing in the world, but not awful either. Next up, we have Dorothy, aka Doro. Um, Dorothy has a skin, and base Dorothy, I like this. Her front is like very prim and proper. She's wearing a big fancy dress. She's Dorothy, you know, she's supposed to be like big and elegant. I don't know if she gets her armor whenever she bursts, but I like this behind because it's peeking. I love peeking. My favorite thing because you're seeing something you're not supposed to, right? And that's like the allure of it, kind of. Uh, I also just realized that whenever she reloads, she does her smug face, which is really funny. But this back is very nice. You get thigh, you get butt. Is it gonna save her? Let's find out. And then she has her. I think this was also a gotcha skin, nostalgia, where she goes dark Dorothy. Yeah, the dark Dorothy, um, which is cool. Um, and again, it's more of a side grade, but you get a little bit more back. Her chest, you're kind of seeing a little bit more thigh and stuff. You're seeing more skin, which is good. And again, you get the peeking aspect. You're peeking a little easier here, but I like it. I like this Dorothy. I like this skin. I think this is the only one that has like a click. Jesus, I think this is the only one that has like a click change thing. I don't know. I haven't really clicked the other skins, but uh, I don't know if they have any other like click things. But Dorothy, I think is actually doing really good. Again, I like my peeking. I love peeking. I think, yeah, I think she goes like almost top of C. The top of C is two pink hairs. Is pretty funny because Quincy, I think that's her name. Shit, she shows like full full moon basically. She's basically full mooning you whenever she does her firing pose, which is a lot better. And Dorothy doesn't move too much, right? You don't see too much chest. You don't see too much behind. Her behind does move quite a bit, and you're peeking quite a bit, but it's not to the extent that Query, that's her name. That Query is, I think. So I think she deserves right there. If it was Doro, she would be an S tier because we know Doro shows basically everything. But Dorothy is really good, and I hope she also gets a summer outfit and maybe is able to be happy once in her entire life. Next up, we have the girl herself, Red Hood, who has another outfit. I don't think this was a gotcha skin. I don't think it was. It might have been. Um, but base Red Hood is really good. I love that her jacket in this art looks so big, but in the shooting pose, she's wearing it. It's not covering anything, and you just see everything. I love the skin. I love she has a sniper pose, but her front pose is showing basically everything. Her back pose is great. I don't know why she has pants like this that cuts this out, but I love her for it. I love Red Hood. I love the pose. I love that you can get a little peek when she does that. And she has her nonsense red, aka her like dress outfit. And dress outfit is a complete it's not really an upgrade, but it's like a really good side grade because this dress is hugging her so well. It's you can see I think the fact that you can see the whole crack is crazy. Again, the front pose, you get a little bit of peek. You see that it's black. Nice. And you're showing off about the same amount of skin in different areas, right? Because base Red Hood, her skin's being shown off like in like sparse areas, like her back shows a little bit more skin than her front does. But in her dress outfit, it's vice versa. Her front isn't showing as much, but her back is mainly because of this. And again, you see a lot more thighs. In base Red Hood, it's like very choppy. And this one, it's like you see something, you see the entirety of it. And I love this outfit. I love all of this because you see a little bit of side boob here. You get, I think the fact that you see the crack is just insane. Because how low is she wearing like those? If she's even wearing anything, because you can't see it here. You don't even see an outline here. So either it starts here for some reason, or she's just not wearing anything, or she's wearing a what is it? G? No, C string. I think it's what it's called, where it's only cupping like the front, and then like the back doesn't have anything. There's no strings. Um, so I don't know what she's wearing, but she's doing work. Red Hood. She also moves a lot. I think she's going up here. She's definitely going up here. She might even be S. She doesn't have a lot of movement, which is like the downside of having a sniper, but she does move a lot for what she does. And her burst, Yeah, I know I didn't show it on the thing. You can constantly keep firing, which keeps her in that pose. So she basically loses the debuff of being a sniper. And I think she does also show a lot of skin. I think she goes here. Red Hood. Red Hood has to be an S tier in my opinion. Yeah. Red Hood is what? How many S tiers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. They are our 14th S tier, and I think they're well deserved for it. Next up, we have Crown, who's one of the newer, air quote, newer pilgrims. And Crown, her front pose, I love Crown, and I love this pose because there's no reason for her to be standing like that. She's kind of standing like Leona. Now that I think about it, there's not a lot of movement, but you are full face with it. You know, you get chest. She has a machine gun. She's moving a lot. She's kind of like spasming a little bit, which is a little concerning. And her front pose, her giant spear is kind of like blocking a lot of it. But you see thigh, you see crotch, you see chest. Very nice. The firing pose. A bus just passed. The firing pose is very nice. I think because it's like Leona, it's great. And she also has her gotcha skin, which is Naked King. Now, the front is cool because you see chest, you see all that, but I don't like this back. I think it's because this isn't transparent enough for what it's worth, you know, especially what it's worth. The hands don't really do anything. I wish the hands were like holding stuff, maybe. Um, it's not, it's kind of a downgrade, but again, for this, you kind of want to do it for the outfit. I wish the hands were more something like maybe the hands were like holding the dress a little higher so you see more thigh, maybe a little more like what's it called, like butt fang maybe, but nothing crazy. um Crown, I wish that gotcha skin was better, but base Crown is pretty good. She doesn't have too much movement, and she's again, her backside's a little smaller. I do think she has the same pose as Leona, but she's not moving nearly as much as her. But I do think she deserves to be an A tier. Mm, yeah, I think the pose itself is just what's throwing me for a loop because that pose is wild. I'm gonna put her in A tier. I might move her, maybe, but for now she's at the bottom of A tier because I do think her pose and her like whole thing is really cool. I just don't like the way they did the Naked King dress. Next up, we have Cinderella. I think, what is it? Enemy turned friend, and she also has 3 skins. One of her skins is the newest one. And base Cindy, that's a wild pose. A, I don't know how she's comfortable like that. And B, that's really good. She has the missile, but it's not really a debuff because she's constantly on screen and she's moving a lot. I like this tasteful blocking with the hair, but I'm kind of annoyed at it. But I think it's also because her skin is just constantly being shown. But even with the skin constantly being shown, you still see movement. Like this is a good amount of like moon. You know, this is full moon right here. The back, you see the chest moving from behind, and oh my god, this pose is like great. She looks so soft. I think that's the best way to say it. She looks really soft. And then we have her newest skin, which is like a casual outfit, and this is kind of moving a lot more because again, the skin trade off. I don't like the jacket, but again, it's not really blocking anything, mainly because we get a bit of movement down here, and we're not getting the hair covering the front anymore. We just have this like slight blockage, and I do like it because you get a lot more thigh. I don't know why she has a phone, and the tatas are tataing, right? It's not as good as like the skin tight suit, but it is a decent like side grade. Instead of getting back, you get back, you know? And again, thigh movement, all that stuff, really great skin. And then her, I think this was a gotcha skin, which is Glass Princess. Mm, it's not jacket tier. I know that they increased this because I think before it was harder to see through it. Um, but For me, it's like a little bit of a side grade, like a side downgrade kind of. But you do see a lot more movement, but it's just harder to see, and I think that's a weird trade off. You're not really seeing the chest moving in the skin. You do see a lot. You do see a lot of the chest here, granted, but you see a little bit more thigh. It's more of like a side grade to me, right? Like a downward slope almost, but it's still really good. So I think Rapunzel. Rapunzel's really good. She's definitely an S tier, right? Yeah, she's better than her, right? She's definitely an S tier because her base skin just shows a lot. Her like fancy dress outfit, but where does she go? Is she better than Blanc? Yeah, she better. I think Cindy's right there. Mm, yeah, I think it's because of her hair blocking the front. Oh, but her back is really good. Her back is very nice. I think I'm putting her in top five. Cindy right now is in top five because of what you're seeing, the sheer amount of skin, how skin tight everything is, and how soft her base self just looks. And that's kind of what you want. You want like a feeling when you look at something at a Nikke, right? You want to look at them and go, I can touch you and squeeze, right? And my hand's gonna sink. I think that's what I like a lot in Nikke. But that's also a deep whatever. That's my objective brain. Objective brain here speaking. Next up we have Muscle Nikke Grave. Grave, her front, let's do I know her reload pose you see a little bit, but her front isn't the best because, her giant gun's blocking it. She's really big. But her back is okay. You see, mwah, we love muscles on our Nikke. We love different body types, and her muscles are muscling, and her butt is busting, right? I don't know how tight this like I don't know what it is like this underwear is, but it's really good. The thigh, surprisingly, her legs look very soft. I kind of wish they were a little bit more muscular. That's just me. I'm trying to go for like a lean beef patty outfit, but this is okay. It's a decent skin. I don't like the what is it, the cloak, but the cloak isn't covering anything really. It's not covering anything important except for maybe the chest, but it doesn't really matter. But this is a pretty good pose. She doesn't have the rocket debuff. She doesn't have the sniper debuff. She's moving. She's constantly shaking. Very nice. And then we have her beautiful U skin, which is like a crazy skin. Up front again isn't the best, but that's great. I love the fact that they took the fact that she has to bring down the gun and just shows off straight tatas, right? That's great. And in the back, she's in a suit. I do like women in suits. It's not front, but there's no movement back there. That's the kind of like the trade off. Again, this is more of like a trade off. If you want more of a back, you get her normal skin. You want more of a front, you get this skin, right? I think it's a good balance because this is a very good front, and I love the fact that it's almost a reveal. She brings the gun down, and you just see bow, right? And you go, whoa! I did not expect you to have that. Granted, again, you don't see the muscles, which I'm kind of upset at, but it's okay. I like it. It's very nice. Grave, she doesn't get the same score as her what is her best creation, but I do think she isn't in. Is she in A tier or is she in B tier? I think she's in B tier, mainly because there's just too much like downside in her base outfit. Like her front isn't really the best. I'd say I like her here in B, mainly because it's a very different body type than we usually see. We don't really see too much like she's buff, right? And I made the comparison to Lean Beef Patty. That's a good like place to be, where I'm losing track of my thoughts. I'm fantasizing now. I gotta stop. But yeah, I think she deserves to be around B tier, a little on the top end, and I think that's a pretty decent spot. Next, we have the most recent addition to the Pilgrim Old Tales group, The Little Mermaid, or AKA Siren. And she has her skin. And Siren, she's again on like the smaller side of things. She's not the biggest girl, like in proportion wise, but this is like a really good front, mainly because The front's really good, but you know, you have the bubble blocking, but it's not really blocking anything. You know, you get again a lot of thigh. You get these weird, cool patterns. Her breathing's okay, and her back's also very nice. I wish it shook a little more, but her firing pose kind of forces her to shake, which is okay. It's a good pose, right? We also have her gotcha skin, abyssal flower, which damn, right? Thigh, chest. She doesn't have a lot of movement, but she does have a lot of like seeing. This is crazy. I guess this is what Red Hood's wearing too, because this should not be this low as far as I know. I don't think this is gonna be comfortable, but this is a decent thing. Again, you see crack. It's my favorite thing because this has no reason to be here. This has no reason to be here, and I love that it's there. All right. Again, this outfit shows a lot more skin, and you're not really. If anything, it's actually moving a little bit more because before you didn't have any movement at all, and this one you do. Again, it's because it's being covered, but I think this is a really good like alternative to it. So Little Mermaid, where is she? Here she is. Little Mermaid, I believe, belongs. I don't think she's in A tier. I think she is in B2, but I think she's high B. I think she's top 4 of B because she's not moving too much, right? There's not a lot of movement, but it is a really good thing to look at, right? Her outfit hugs her out. Whoa, her outfit hugs her body very nicely. Her dress shows a little bit more skin, but you know it's a dress, so not the best thing in the world, but it's okay, right? I do like the crack window, even though it has no reason to be there. I love that crack window. We all love the crack window. Um, so yeah, I think that's all the pilgrims and the newest units. I might have to separate this into another video because we have a lot of uh things left to go. Okay. So, and we did just release a new Nikke, which I haven't had any time to look at. So you know what? For the finale of Nikke tier list, I'm gonna split this into 2 videos. It's gonna be this one, and it's gonna be the pilgrims and then the abnormals, right? So you're actually getting a full like thing. I thought it would be a lot quicker, but I guess I was wrong. But yeah, like this is a good thing. We get more content. We get another video, and then the next video we're probably also gonna throw in the new girl. I think this is Archon. I think it's her name, Arcana. I think she was a part of Phantom's group wherever she is, right there. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think anybody should be in any place different? Do you think anybody should be moved up or down? Do you think I'm too lenient? Do you think I'm talking out of my ass, kind of? But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for everything. Even if you pop in for a minute, even for a second, I appreciate every single one of you. Um, Generic YouTuber stuff, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'd like to bid you all a farewell.